श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषेभवरोगणामभिः सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभः निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्ये सर्वदा। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नमो धर्माय महते नमः कृष्णाय वेदसे ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमस्कृत्य धर्मान् वक्ष्यामि शाश्वतान्। नमो भगवते तस्मै व्यासाय तेजसे यस्य प्रसादात् वक्ष्यामि नारायणकथामिमाम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। So previously we were looking at day 12 of Kurukshetra war, where Arjuna was taken away, challenged by some Shaptakas, and he was chasing them. And while he was chasing them, here Drona tried to capture Yudhishthira, but Pandavas and Panchala army, they were resisting, and Drona was destroying that army. At that time, Bhagadatta comes there and he starts destroying the Pandavas army, everybody, and Bhima, everybody struggled to face up to him. And while he was attacking the warriors like that, Arjuna hears that and he defeats or destroys that Samshavtakas, and then he comes there and he has a battle with Bhagadatta. He kills his elephant called Supratika, and then he kills Bhagadatta as well. So that's where we stopped. And as part of that, I said that Bhagadatta was son of Naraka, and Naraka was son of Vishnu in the form of Varaha and Prithvi, Bhudevi, right? So he was born of that, and he had a boon granted upon his mother's request, Prithvi's request, by Vishnu, that Vishnu was going to kill him only when his mother Bhudevi Prithvi permits him. So that's what happened. Bhudevi or Prithvi in the form of Satyabhama gave consent and asked Krishna to kill him. So that's when how killed. There was a question that came. The question was, if Naraka was born of Bhudevi, Prithvi, and Vishnu, both are devatas, how did he become a asura, Narakasura? Right? How did he started acting like a Rakshasa? So the question is a good question because both are devatas. How did son became a evil person, wicked one? So normally when parents are good, expectation is the children also continue in that. Right. So here, that's what the question is. So there are a couple of explanations to this. One is in the Kalika Purana. It talks about Naraka as he grown up, he becoming friend with Bana. Bana is son of Bali. So in Hiranyakashipu's family, Hiranyakashipu, son Prahlada, Prahlada son Virochana, Virochana son Bali, Bali's son Bana. Okay, so again, Hiranyakashipu was evil, Prahlada was good, his son Virochana was evil, and his son Bali was good, and then his son Bana is again evil. Okay, so the Purana, Kalika Purana talks about him, Naraka, becoming friends with him, and that's how he started becoming wicked. So this is a way of explaining that companionship or friendship with the evil will make you also evil. So that's why Shastras always say that one should become friend, have Sangha, Satsanga. So that's what called Satsanga. So when Sat means good people, so Sangha means with them, companionship with them. So friendship with them. So Satsanga, have that Satsanga. So that's one explanation. The other explanation, which we hear, and I struggle to find a proper reference in the Puranas itself, but I'll tell you anyway. So it's not something I managed to validate that it exists in the Purana. Is that when Prithvi was abducted by Hiranyakashipu's elder brother, when she was abducted by Hiranyaksha, through him, Prithvi became pregnant, and Vishnu married him after killing Hiranyaksha, and that's how he became the father. He's known as the father because we looked at, for example, in Mahabharata itself previously, right? So there are 12 different ways of one could get a son. One of that way is marrying a pregnant girl. So even if you're not father of that girl, of the baby, you still become known as a father because you are marrying a pregnant girl. Okay, so once the baby is born, that baby's father, you become the father. So like this here, uh, the uh, Naraka is known as Vishnu is known as his father. So that's another explanation, and the character why he became Asura is because he came from Hiranyaksha's touch. So that's another explanation, and that also kind of could explain why Prithvi sought that boon when he was born from Vishnu, because otherwise he would not have requested that boon, saying that do not kill my son, right? So that kind of explains, but I'm still looking for in the Puranas to see where this is actually recorded that he is actually Hiranyaksha, born because of that. That's how Naraka became Asura. So anyway, that's the background. That's the two explanations we have. I think Bana's one association with Bana is something that I have seen documented and said. The other one, as I haven't seen the documentation for that or the Puranas stating that, but that's another explanation given by many experts, Panditas. So that's the background why he became an Asura, known as an Asura, even though he had parents of Prithvi and Vishnu. Then we'll continue to the story in Drona Parva. So Arjuna killed Bhagadatta. After killing him, he does the namaskara to Bhagadatta because he is such a great warrior and he was a friend of Indra as well. So he does that, and then after seeing Bhagadatta getting killed, Gandharas, two sons of Subala's sons, Vrishaka and Achala, they come and started attacking Arjuna, and both of them started attacking from front and behind. Normally, we know that from behind one should not attack in this as per the rules of war, but Gandharas, Shakuni and his brothers, they don't listen to any of the rules. So they started attacking from both sides. And Arjuna, with a sharp arrow, cuts off the horses, the charioteer, bow, umbrella, standard of Vrishaka, and he destroys that into small pieces, all that into small pieces. And Arjuna once again was attacked by those two brothers, and then Arjuna, with angrily, he kills 5 Gandhara heroes that were coming along with those two, kills them, and then Vrishaka, jumping because his horse, everything, chariot, everything was destroyed, he goes onto his brother Achala's chariot, and both of them together, united together, attacking Arjuna. And like this, they cover Arjuna with a thick shower of arrows. Arjuna, on the other hand, cuts all that and then strikes back with a single arrow because both of them are standing on the same chariot. Now, Arjuna, with a single arrow, cuts the head of both of them and kills both of them. So both of them fall down to the earth and die from Arjuna's hands, those arrows. So Arjuna, like this, kills them. Seeing this, Shakuni becomes very angry. His brother's getting killed, and he starts attacking Arjuna and creates hundreds and different types of illusions. So this is, again, we see Shakuni's illusion creation abilities here in this Drona Parva, and also this is something was mentioned in the dice game and things like that through those illusions. Again, Mahabharata on its itself does not explain how Shakuni got these illusion skills. Okay, and what is the reason for that? It does not explain. And I looked other places also. I've struggled to find how he got those skills, but we know that he had those skills. So he creates hundreds of different types of illusions, and uh, those illusions started confusing uh, two Krishnas, Arjuna and Vasudeva Krishna. So both of them started it confusing. Lot of clubs, iron balls, rocks, shatagnis, darts, maces, spiked bludgeons, scimitars, lances, mallets, axes, kampanas, swords, nails, short clubs, battle axes, razors, arrows, sharp broad heads, arrows with sharp broad heads, nalikas, calf tooth headed arrows, arrows having bony heads, discs, chakras, snake headed arrows, spears, and various types of weapons. All of them started falling on Arjuna from various directions, all the directions. So this is because of Shakuni's illusion. And the donkeys, camels, buffaloes, tigers, lions, deer, leopard, bear, wolves, vultures, monkeys, and various types of reptiles and various types of cannibals, crows, all hungry. They all started attacking Arjuna from different directions. So, like this, all of them, through this Shakuni's illusion, all of them started attacking. Then Arjuna, who is conversant with all the divine weapons, started destroying all that, and having destroyed all that, then Shakuni resorts to another illusion where he creates thick darkness. So once Arjuna destroys all the previous illusions, Shakuni creates a thick darkness where harsh voices, gloomy, harsh voices started abusing Arjuna and saying that he's doing all his character, he's saying all the nasty things about Arjuna, gloomy, harsh voices. And Arjuna destroys that darkness through a divine weapon called Jyotishka, and through that all the darkness disappeared and all the voices, everything that disappeared. Then waves of water started appearing, and Arjuna destroys that water waves with Aditya weapon. Aditya is Surya. So sun. So through that, all that water that dried up. So having seen all this, his illusion destroyed by Arjuna like that, Shakuni became very worried and he ran away from that. And Sanjaya, narrating this, says that he is a vulgar wretch. So he is such a man who tries to create all this illusion, but when he could not stand anymore, he runs away from that battlefield. As a Kshatriya, you are not supposed to run away, but he, being a warrior, even though he's a warrior, he runs away from that battlefield from Arjuna. So like this, he runs away, and then Arjuna, with his arrows, he started destroying the Kaurava troops that were there, and with that, all the troops, Kauravas, they all started running away in all directions. Some of them went to Drona, some of them went to Duryodhana crying. Arjuna continued to blow his continues to destroy the troops who came attacking him, and his sound of his Gandiva, Sanjay narrates here that the sound of his Gandiva was even louder than all the conch shells and drums and everything, all the instruments that were blowing in that Kurukshetra. It was and the animal sounds and everything that's coming there, it's louder than that. So it's such a sound was coming, and all the warriors were flying in all the directions. And Sanjaya says he himself ran away and he followed Drona. So he went to Drona seeking rescue. And various divisions of Yudhishthira at that time again, they came and they started attacking Arjuna as well, destroyed all the Kaurava warriors that's coming there. Like this, all of them started running away. And Arjuna in that battle killed large number of Karya warriors, elephants, foot soldiers, and everybody. He started killing. He never shot two arrows at the same person because one arrow was more than enough. So all of those who stuck by that arrow, severely afflicted, they fell down, deprived of their life. So Arjuna's arrows were so strong that one arrow was sufficient for all those elephants, foot soldiers, horse riders, and everybody. So like this, all of them started abandoning their animals, elephants and horses and everything started running all over the places. So Dhritarashtra listened with this, asked, who in my division, who were destroyed like that, who came to your minds, who all you thought about going to rescue you in that battle when Arjuna was destroying like that. Sanjay continues his narration. He says that while all of them were running like that, your son Duryodhana, maintaining his own reputation, he follows Drona, and then the battle continued. Drona was still aiming to reach Yudhishthira, and he reaches. He was going within Yudhishthira's accessible distance, and at that time, taking a small error from Bhima, Satyaki, Drishtadyumna, all the Kauravas, Drona started attacking Pandavas. And Panchala troops again, saying, kill Drona, Drona, kill. And then also saying that let Kauravas on the other side, saying that let's make sure that Drona is not killed. So on the one side, they are saying kill Drona, on the other side, they are saying protect Drona. Let's make sure Drona is protected. So like this, Kauravas and Pandavas, they were gambling in that battle, making Drona as the stake. So that's how Sanjay says, look at the situation. He is the guru for both of them, but he is the stake in that gamble of Kurukshetra. So previously we had Bhishma like that. Now Drona is like that. So Drishtadyumna then comes and he comes against Drona, and the battle takes place between them. So Drona, but continuously started destroying the Panchala warriors that's coming there and killing all the soldiers and everybody. Drona in that battle killed thousands of people of Panchala warriors, and Drishtadyumna as well, filled with angrily, he started encountering Drona, but Drona could not be resisted in that battle. Then Nila goes against Drona, and he says, he was going after Drona at that time. Ashwatthama comes there and he stops him, and Nila was destroying a lot of Kuru warriors and soldiers and others. So Ashwatthama goes there and stops him and says that, why are you fighting with them? Fight with me. Like this. So when they say that, Nila becomes very angry and he strikes at Ashwatthama, and Ashwatthama he cuts off Ashwatthama's bow and standard and umbrella, and quickly similarly Ashwatthama as well becomes cuts off Nila's bow, standards, umbrella, and then Nila jumping down from his chariot, he goes after Ashwatthama with a sword in his hand, but Ashwatthama, taking a broad arrow, cuts off Nila's head, and with that Nila falls down and dies. So Pandavas again on the other side, they become the soldiers and everybody, the troops that were following, they all became worried, and they were thinking, oh, Arjuna is in the southern side battling some Shaptakas, battling that Narayana force. Who is going to protect us if Drona continues like this in this battle? So Bhima, but could not wait anymore. So he goes and he strikes at Balika with 60 and Karna with 10 arrows. Drona then strikes back at Bhima and quickly again strikes at with many arrows. So like this, the battle continues. Bhima he once more strikes him with 26 arrows, and then Karna strikes with a dozen arrows. Ashwatthama strikes him with 7, Duryodhana with 6 arrows. Then Bhima strikes all of them in return, and then he strikes Drona with 50 arrows, Karna with 10, and then Duryodhana with a dozen arrows, and Drona with 8 arrows like this. So he battles all of them. So again, he continues to battle in that all of them, resist all of them, advancing towards Yudhishthira. Then again, Nakula Sahadeva with Satyaki, all of them came to Bhima's side and started supporting him. So like this, all of them started battling Drona and Kaurava warriors. But Drona again, without any stress, without any tiredness or anything, continues to kill Pandava troops that coming rushing towards him, Panchala troops that's coming towards him, horsemen, everybody, elephant riders, everybody. He started attacking all of them. There is a terrible battle continues like this. So this is again just before Arjuna returning from some Samshaptakas. So this is what Sanjay explaining. So we saw towards the end of the day, Arjuna returning and killing Bhagadatta. And but here we look at slightly before that what happened. Sanjay is explaining. Terrible battle takes place as Drona was trying to advance towards Yudhishthira, Bhima, and others resisting. So Drona continues to kill large number of Panchala warriors. Then Drishtadyumna again saying that this is the time. He goes after Drona once again, and Kadirava, that army, Panchala army, they again go against Drona like a swarm of the bees. They're going against Drona, trying to saying that attack him, and then again battle continues. Drona, Kripa, Karna, Ashwatthama, Jayadratha, Vinda, Anuvinda, Shalya, all these, they all came and they all fought that Pandava warriors on the other side. Drona again angrily released hundreds of arrows, and he these Panchalas, Pandava warriors, everybody, the troops that assembled were killed in hundreds and thousands. Arjuna, meanwhile, defeating all the Samshaptakas in that battlefield, he comes to where Drona was at. So this where after killing Bhagadatta, Arjuna also comes there, and then he started having that battle. So Arjuna, on his way, he again continues to destroy the Kaurava troops that came and attacked him. So continuously, he started attacking those warriors that's coming there. So all of them who came up to Arjuna, they all lost their lives. And then again, but those who are running away, those who are fallen down from injury, or who are unwilling to fight and things like that, those warriors Arjuna did not strike, thinking about the rules and the battlefield practices, good practices of the battlefield. He did not strike them. So like this, he comes, and then those Kaurava troops like that, they all went to Karna asking for his protection. And Karna then comes up to Arjuna saying that do not fear. And then Karna comes up to Arjuna and he invokes Agneya weapon, Agni, fire weapon. And Arjuna baffles that with his own divine weapon. And then Karna again releases large number of arrows, but Arjuna continues to resist him. Drishtadyumna, Bhima, Satyaki, all approach Karna, and then the battle continues. So each of them strike Karna with 3 arrows, and then Karna checking Arjuna, whatever the battle arrows Arjuna is releasing at him, he cuts off with sharp arrows bows of Drishtadyumna, Bhima, and Satyaki. While battling Arjuna, Karna cuts off. So that's something Sanjay says is a great thing that he has done. While battling Arjuna, he still continues to face up to other 3 and like this. So then Arjuna strikes Karna with 7 arrows, kills his younger brother with sharp arrow, and then kills Shatrunjaya with 6 arrows. So Arjuna, with broad-headed arrows, he removes the head of Vipata. So like this, he continues to kill Karna's brothers who accompanied him. Then Bhima, jumping down from his chariot, with taking an excellent sword, he goes and kills 15 combatants who were supporting Karna, alongside Karna. So again, all of them were battling, and Bhima goes on foot and then kills all of them, and then comes back once again to his chariot, and then starts battling Karna. So this Bhima is, we've seen this multiple times in Bhishma Parva as well, right? So fighting Kalingas, Magadhas, and other troops. So whenever he gets excited, he thinks chariot is too slow, and he jumps down from his chariot, goes after them, and then destroys as much as he wants, and then comes back to his chariot. Yeah, let's go now. So when there is a lot of traffic, he has to clear the traffic. So the only way to clear the traffic is move them. So and then comes and tells his charioteer Vishoka saying that, yeah, now move. Okay, so now let's move. So like this, that's what he does here. All those 15 people alongside Karna who are supporting him, he says, no, this is taking too much time. So he goes with the sword and then destroys them and then comes back. So then he comes back and then he strikes Karna with 10 arrows, and then his horses with 5. Drishtadyumna taking again with sword. Uh, he kills Charmavarman and Bharat Chatra, who are rulers of Nishadas. So Nishadas were in the eastern coastal countries. Okay, like today is probably Orissa, those regions. So coast or eastern side of these places where they are mainly fishing villages, and the tribes are called Nishada. So it comes from there. So those leaders, Drishtadyumna kills them, and then once again he mounting on his own chariot, he strikes Karna with 73 arrows. Then Satyaki again taking up another bow, which was after Karna cut his bow. He releases 64 arrows towards Karna, and then cutting off Karna's bow with couple of sharp arrows, he strikes Karna's arm and chest with 3 arrows. Then Duryodhana, Drona, Jayadratha, all of them come there and rescue Karna from Satyaki. So Satyaki was striking Karna after cutting his bow. So all of them come there and rescue Karna from Satyaki. So like this, they rescued. Then Drishtadyumna, Bhima, Abhimanyu, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, and Satyaki, all of them continuously battle Kauravas. And then, so like this, the battle continues. And the battle like this draws a large number of horses, elephants, foot soldiers, and chariot riders, and large number of Samshaptakas. All of them were killed on that day, and many notable warriors were killed. Karna's brothers, like we just saw. So many of them were killed on that day, and as the sun sets towards the western hills, so as the evening approaches, all the armies slowly withdrew and they went back to their tents. So that concludes day 12 of the battle. So then Drona, so like this, if we looked at Drona's 2 days, he made a promise. So he was trying to capture Yudhishthira. He was unsuccessful. So the first day, as he was finally, after battling again, Arjuna was battling all of them. So as Drona approached Yudhishthira, Arjuna came at the end of the day, came in between Yudhishthira and Drona, and then Drona could not do anything. Second day, Arjuna was taken away by some Samshaptakas. So Arjuna was away. Drona tried to come, but Bhima, Satyaki, Abhimanyu, all these battled, right? So all of them battled, and Yudhishthira himself came very near to Drona a couple of times, but Yudhishthira ran away from Drona, and then the others again came to rescue. So like this, and then Arjuna again, end of the day, Arjuna came and resisted Drona in that battle. So like this, the battle took place, 2 days of Drona's being a commander, and then the third day starts, where again having first Arjuna, he resisted, he prevented Drona's woe, so Yudhishthira was well protected. So all of the battle warriors who returned there, returning to their tents and everything, they all feel returning from that field with Drona's consent. All of them were humiliated in that battlefield, Kaurava warriors. They with their head, what they heard in that, and again countless, all of them as they were returning, all of them were Kaurava warriors were praising Arjuna. and the friendship of Arjuna and Krishna were spoken by all those Kaurava warriors. So the soldiers and troops who were returning from that battlefield on that day, they were all talking, because we looked at previously that those who were injured and those who are not battling or not were kind of given up and things like that, or fallen on the ground and things like that. Arjuna did not strike any of them, right? So all of them were highly uh, pleased and praising Arjuna for his bravery, as well as the things he has done, killing so many Samshaptakas, thousands and thousands of the that came in the chariots, and defeating all of them, and then also Bhagadatta, right? So the achievements of Arjuna were all praised by the Kaurava troops at that time. Next morning, on the 13th morning, Duryodhana goes to Drona, and he, as usual, angrily with sharp words, he is always skilled in his speech, Sanjaya says. So he goes to Drona and says that you are without doubt, you have set us down. You should be you were supposed to destroy the Pandavas, but you did not do. You did not seize Yudhishthira today. Today, in the sense, yesterday. So the date, well, he did not seize, even though he came within your reach. We looked at twice, right? So Yudhishthira came twice very close, but Yudhishthira escaped, and then Satyaki, Drishtadyumna, and others came in between Drona and Yudhishthira. So twice Drona approached him, but he could not come. So that's what Duryodhana is saying. Even though you came very close, you did not do it. And enemy, there is nothing you cannot do, but you did not do that. So you promised that you gave me the boon after Bhishma's fall. You gave me the boon that you will capture Yudhishthira, but that you did not do. For a noble person like you, giving a false promise is never good. So he, like that, he kind of insults Drona that you are such a noble person, but you can't even keep up a word you promised. The boon you gave, you can't even promise that. So when he was addressed like that, Drona became very ashamed of himself, and he says that don't speak to me like that because it hurts, and I'm always trying to do what is good for you. In the three worlds, Devatas, Asuras, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Nagas, Rakshasas, all of them cannot defeat Arjuna. So all of them united together cannot defeat Arjuna. And where there is Krishna, the creator of this universe, where that Krishna is, where there is Arjuna is the commander. So where there is they both of them are there, who can defeat them? Except Mahadeva himself, Shankara himself. So that's what Drona says. And then, but Drona says that today it will not be any different. I will go again try, but today definitely I will kill a mighty Rathi, Maharathi on the Pandava side. I will definitely kill a Maharathi on the Pandava side. So that's what he promises. With my arrows, even Devatas will be enough, but make sure that Arjuna somehow is taken away from this battlefield. And there is nothing that he does not know, or he cannot achieve in the battlefield. So that's why make sure that he is taken away. So then I can form an array through which I can destroy at least one. I can destroy a Pandava warrior, a mighty warrior I can kill. So that's what Drona promises. So then as Drona said that, Samshaptakas, again, those who remaining. So if you remember, on the day 12 when Arjuna battled, for example, Susharman and others, they were injured, right? So he fainted and he was taken away from that battle. So there were a lot of them who injured and could not battle and things like that. Arjuna left them, he did not kill them, right? So they again come back and challenge once more Arjuna, and Arjuna was taken away to the southern side of the battlefield, and Arjuna continues to battle with the Samshaptakas who were remaining on that day, and came back on the 13th morning. On the other hand, Drona prepares a vyuha, and he prepares a circular view called Chakravyuha. So circular, where all the warriors were sitting in a circular fashion, and Abhimanyu, at the command of Yudhishthira, he uh, uh, goes after that Vyuha, that and that. In that battlefield, he encountered six heroes on the Kaurava side together, and then finally Abhimanyu dies at the hand of Dushyasana's son Lakshmana, kills him. So Dushasana's son Lakshmana kills Abhimanyu. Uh, After Abhimanyu encountered six heroes on the Kaurava side, six Maharathis on the Kaurava side, he faces up to them, and then Lakshmana kills him. So like this, Lakshmana kills Abhimanyu. So Sanjaya says that in that battle, so as Arjuna was away, Drona created this Chakravyuha, and Abhimanyu at uh, command of Yudhishthira went after that Chakravyuha, and then six warriors faced up to him, and then Dushasana's son killed him. So that's what Sanjaya summarizes day 13 to Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra, listening to this, he asks, how did Abhimanyu slaughter of that Abhimanyu, who is still in minority, who is still very young, how he was killed, and Dhritarashtra grieves for Abhimanyu's death, even though Dhritarashtra probably have never came across Abhimanyu. I don't think Abhimanyu he came across ever um, in his uh, uh, early life, right? So he never came across face to face probably. So that he still grieves for that young grandson's death, and he asks him how did he do, how did what happened, and all the details of that battlefield. Tell me everything. How so many warriors accomplished in their arms and killed a child in the battlefield who was brought up in the luxury. How did they do that? And what happened in that battlefield? Tell all that. Sanjay then again says that you asked me about the slaughter of Subhadra's son. I will describe in detail. I will also relate how that Abhimanyu penetrated our rank and played with his weapons, and how irresistible heroes of our army were defeated by Abhimanyu in that battlefield. I will tell you all that, and then Sanjaya starts his narration. So Sanjaya says that he is again Abhimanyu is somebody, he is of very fierce deeds in battlefield. He is above all fatigue, and uh, those five sons of Pandu with Krishna, they are incapable of, they are defeated by even by the Devatas. And Sanjay explains on the Pandava side, right? So the righteousness in deeds, in righteous, in dharma, in deeds, in his lineage, in intelligence, achievements, fame, prosperity. There is never and there never will be another man like Yudhishthira. He is devoted to truth, righteousness, and with passions under control. Yudhishthira is, in consequence of his worship of Brahmanas and diverse other virtues of similar nature, is always in the enjoyment of heaven, even while he is in the earth, because he is such a character. And then Bhima, he is like destroyer himself. He is like Mahadeva himself at the end of Yuga, and he is like Parashurama. There is nobody in the world who is equal to him like that. So except Mahadeva at the end of Yuga and Parashurama, there is nobody equal. And then Arjuna, he is achieves in the battle that there is no parallel to him. And then in reverence of the superior, keeping the counsels, humility, self-restraint, beauty of how he looks, and bravery. These are all six characters always in Nakula. Knowledge of scriptures, gravity, sweetness of temper, righteousness, prowess, all these things in Sahadeva. And in and all those noble qualities we see in Krishna, all those are things are, and that all these things that are in Pandavas, so that's the things that mentioned in Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, all those things and Krishna's things, you could see all those qualities in Abhimanyu alone. So that's what Sanjaya says. He is such a character. So we looked at how good Yudhishthira is, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, and Krishna. All those things were there. He was equal to Yudhishthira in conduct. He was equal to Yudhishthira in firmness and conduct. He is like Krishna, and in his achievements, he is equal to Bhima. Terrible deeds. And then in beauty, is like beauty, prowess, knowledge. He's like Arjuna and humility is equal to Nakula Sahadeva. So such Abhimanyu was killed. How he was killed and what the battle, we'll look at that next time. Any questions?